Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ellis and today we are heading out on, you've guessed it, another e-trip. How could we not? I'm in the car, I'm sat talking to you. It's time for that e-trip adventure. Today, on this day, the 22nd of July 2024, it's currently 11:34 a.m, about 18 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. I always like going through the time and temperature checks just to give you some context as to what lies ahead today. I'm heading out on another drive. It's about an hour and a quarter's drive from my hometown down here in County Durham, and I'm heading up back into the neighbouring county of Northumberland. We're heading up to Alnwick off the A1, just on that route all the way up to Scotland. You'd pass Alnwick on the way up to Edinburgh, going further north, Scotland, beyond. But we're heading into Alnwick and we're visiting two places today. We're heading to the Alnwick Garden, more specifically the Poison Garden, within the larger Alnwick Gardens themselves. Give you a little bit of a synopsis, a little bit of history of Alnwick Gardens, but then we're also heading out after that to a public house. It's the Dirty Bottles, to be precise, and I'm going to talk to you about the legend of the dirty, i.e. cursed bottles in this pub. So that's on today's agenda. So come join me. Let's, as always, go and have a little bit of virtual fun. Virtual for you guys, because you'll get to follow along on my YouTube channel. If you like what you see today, please give my channel a subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you want, because I think that does help with getting some more traction on the channel here. So let's go and have a good day. Unfortunately, no Ella, she's not allowed in the garden. And the Poison Garden, I've subsequently found out, is a guided tour, so I will have to wander around. They don't just let anybody in nilly-nilly, because to be frank, you could die and they would have a lawsuit on their case, and they don't want that. So you've got to be guided round. So I'll do what I can. I'll show you some of the plants, some of the really highly toxic plants that the guide will cover. It's the best I can do. So come join me. Let's have an hour and 15-minute drive up the A1 to Alnwick in Northumberland. It's going to be a good day, if not a little bit dangerous and toxic. Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of my e-trips, where we explore the world's most fascinating places. Today I'm in Northumberland, England, at the stunning Alnwick Gardens. Now this isn't just any garden. This place has got a history as rich as its flora and a dark secret that's sure to intrigue you. So let's dive into this world of beauty and danger. Now Alnwick Garden, ladies and gents, it's a horticultural wonderland that dates back to 1750. It was originally designed by the famous landscape architect Capability Brown. Yep, that's his real name. Now this garden was once a private retreat for the Dukes of Northumberland, but fast forward to the 21st century and it's been revived and transformed by the current Duchess of Northumberland into the spectacular garden that you're going to see today. From the grand cascading fountain to the enchanting cherry orchid, Alnwick Garden, it's a botanical paradise. You can stroll through labyrinth pathways, marvel at the contemporary sculptures, and even walk amongst the treetops on the treehouse walkway. It's like stepping into a fairy tale, but every fairy tale has its dark side. And here it is, the infamous Poison Garden. Now, if Alnwick Garden is the beautiful princess, this is very much the wicked stepmother's lair. Opened in 2005, the Poison Garden is home to over 100 of the world's deadliest plants. Now, this section is so dangerous that it's kept behind locked gates, as you can see, and visitors are warned not to touch, taste, or even sniff the plants. Curious? Let's take a closer look, but not too close.
These plants can kill. So before we go in, we need to have a few rules. Take as many photographs as you like, but please no audio or video recording, no audio or video recording, no audio or video recording, and if you can stick together as a group, that would be really helpful as well.
Due to the no videoing rule, I need to be ultra careful here. But however, first up, I want you to meet oleander. Now don't be fooled by its pretty pink flowers. This beauty packs a punch. All parts of the oleander plant are toxic, and ingesting just a leaf or two can be fatal. It's like the garden's own version of a femme fatale. Then we have deadly nightshade, also known as belladonna. Now this plant has been a go-to poison for centuries, thanks to its toxic berries. Just a few of these bad boys can send you on a one-way trip to the afterlife. Shakespeare even used it in Macbeth to knock off a few characters. Talk about literary poison. And here we have ricin, one of the world's deadliest poisons. A toxin from the castor bean plant, believe it or not, but even a small amount of this can be lethal, causing severe abdominal pain, vomiting and organ failure within 36 to 72 hours. Used in bioterrorism, it's a potent reminder of nature's dark side. Now, there are over 100 plants here in the poison garden, so I can't possibly cover them all. So I'm only going to talk about a few of the many plants here that can easily kill you. So with that said, and finally for now, let's meet the gimpy nettle, one of the world's most painful plants. Native to Australia, its tiny toxic hairs deliver an agonizing sting that can cause excruciating pain, swelling, and even temporary paralysis for weeks. The pain is so severe, it's been compared to being burned by hot acid. Handle with extreme caution if you must, and if you don't want to do that, admire from a distance. That's what I would say. So after surviving the poison garden, we've made our way to a legendary pub here in Alnwick. Now this charming establishment over my shoulder here, it's famous not just for its fine ales, but also for a curse that has haunted this place for over 300 years. Now are you ready for a tale of mystery? Well, this place has a history as murky as the ale inside. This is the Dirty Bottles pub, a place where legends are born and curses live on. We're about to jump into this ghostly tale of this historic watering hole. Now, behind me, you can't really see, but I'll go for a close look. You'll see the infamous Dirty Bottles, untouched since the 18th century. Now, according to legend, in 1725, the pub's landlord suddenly dropped dead while handling these bottles I'm about to show you. His death was so abrupt and mysterious that the locals believed the bottles were cursed. Ever since, they've remained sealed behind that glass, untouched and unwashed. Now, the curse claims that anyone who dares to clean or move them will suffer the same fate. Now, that's one way to get out of doing chores. Behold the infamous Dirty Bottles.
Shadows dance the night in shrouds. A chill runs down my spine, a haunting sound. In this eerie darkness, I am spellbound.
So these are the bottles here. I'll try and zoom in a little bit. But these bottles here have remained untouched since 1725. When the landlord suddenly dropped dead after touching them. Been locked in this window ever since. So for the protection of everybody who passes, I know it's a bit hard to see, but just pointing it in through the window here.
In the wind, a ghostly sight, a spectral symphony, a mysterious melody in the dead of night.
Now, the legend of the Dirty Bottles doesn't end with the landlord's sudden demise. It's said that his widow, grief-stricken and fearful of the curse, ordered the bottles to be left undisturbed. Now, over the years, the story grew, and the bottles became a symbol of the pub's eerie allure. Patrons have reported seeing shadowy figures and hearing unexplained whispers. Some even claim to have seen the ghost of the landlord himself, still guarding his bottles. In fact, during renovations in the early 20th century, workers refused to even touch the bottles, and any attempt to move them was quickly abandoned after a series of unfortunate accidents occurred. Coincidence? Maybe, but why take the risk? But don't let these eerie stories scare you off. This pub has turned its spooky past into a quirky charm. The Dirty Bottles pub isn't just about eerie tales, it's also about great food, great drinks, and even better company. You can enjoy a pint, a hearty meal, and maybe even a spectral chat with the landlord, if you're lucky. Or unlucky, depending on your perspective. Here's to the Dirty Bottles pub, a place where history, legend, and a bit of spooky fun come together. Whether you believe in curses or not, it's a great spot to soak up some local lore and maybe, just maybe, experience a bit of the supernatural for yourself. Cheers. So next time you're in Alnwick, make sure to visit the Dirty Bottles pub. Whether it's for the legend, the atmosphere, or just a good drink, it's a place where the past is very much alive. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to uncover the truth behind the curse. Just don't touch the bottles. As the rain starts to come down on yet another e-trip, just going to quickly show you the statue of Harry Hotspur. Now, Harry Hotspur is Alnwick's most famous knight. I thought he'd be the only knight, to be honest, and one of Shakespeare's best known characters. Maybe I'll share this for a future e-trip. So that wraps up our visit to the Dirty Bottles pub. If you've enjoyed our journey through Alnwick's eerie spots today, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. And remember, whether it's accursed bottles or poisonous plants, there's always more to discover. Cheers, and until the next time, stay curious, stay safe, keep wondering, and keep wandering. So that wraps up our visit to the Dirty Bottles pub here, and obviously the Alnwick Gardens and that poison garden. If you've enjoyed it, So that wraps up our visit to Alnwick Gardens, Poison Garden and the Dirty Bottles pub. If you've enjoyed our journey.
The moon is hidden behind the clouds. As shadows dance the night in shrouds, a chill runs down my spine, a haunting sound. In this eerie darkness, I am spellbound. whispers in the wind, a ghostly sight. A spectral symphony, a mysterious melody. In the dead of night, the spirits roam free. Lost souls calling out, haunting in harmony. This is the haunting of the Midnight Symphony. The trees whisper secrets, the air is cold. I am lost in this spectral world untold. The shadows reach out, a spectral hand. In this eerie landscape, I must stand.